All right, first up is Nick Diaz with our theme set today. He says, "Hey Cap, as we all know, the theme for this set is guilty pleasure songs." What kind of pleasure? I can think of dozens of tracks that I dig, but would not be super proud to admit it publicly. I thought about some cringe options, some funny options, some super out of the left field options, but ultimately, I decided to pick something that I really connect to, something that is worth sharing, even though it can sting a little to do so. This song speaks to my inner teen with all its angst, attitude, and cynicism, and tells him that everything will be okay. The video is great and adds a lot to the song. Is it going to get blocked? So I'll try to unblock it, but we'll see. This song is called Elephant, and the band is While She Sleeps. I'm not familiar with those titles or names, so I guess we'll find out. Hope it doesn't get blocked. There we go. Is that Korean? Is that the way the video is, or is that still because of the... I feel like this is like straight emo. Yeah, that was Korean. There's like Korean for a second, I think. So I'm interested, Nick, in the comments. Why don't you tell us why you're finding this cringy? To me, this sounds like every 90s or early 2000s song. So unless you're saying all of that is cringy. Maybe you aren't saying it's cringy, I guess, when I look at what you're saying. Christ does love you. Is that why everything is okay, Nick? I don't really dig the singing, but I like the riffage. I thought I was gonna break in again. Way! So, like, maybe I'm confused on what the theme was. I thought the theme was to play something that you didn't really... Guilty pleasure, meaning you're embarrassed to let everybody know that you listen to it, or that... But this doesn't seem to fit that category for me. To me, this sounds like pretty much everything on the radio, which I guess if that's cringy, then... Yes, it will. Double time. Sure Colin likes that. Halftime. I'm running away. If that's the end of the song, I would not call that really a guilty pleasure unless you think this kind of music is terrible. Again, maybe that's just my misunderstanding of what the theme was for this, but I legitimately thought guilty pleasure, like if you put it into movies or shows or something like that, I said Jersey Shore would fit that for me. Or like if it was pretty much any show on MTV. If you watch that show, it's like, that's a guilty pleasure to watch it, or The Bachelor or Bachelorette. So I feel like in music, a guilty pleasure song would be stuff that you think that people would be like, you actually listen to that? Especially on this channel, in this context, people would be like, that's something you like? But to me, that just sounded like pretty much something that could have been on the channel anyway. So, I don't know. Guess Nick thinks that all the shit that's on here that's emo-driven is guilty pleasure song. All right, let's get into number 2. Number 2 on our list is Mr. Paravarium. He says, thanks, Scott K, for giving me your song. My guilty pleasure is... That's all he said. So Scott K gave him his song. And his guilty pleasure is Lana Del Rey, Cola. Like cola as in soda. Let's find out. I mean, I'm familiar with this name, but I don't know if I've heard any of this. But it does have parental advisory, so what is this all about, like tits and balls and stuff?
My pussy tastes like Pepsi Cola.
It does it. There we go. That's why it's parental advisory.
I got a taste for men who are older. It's always been
song, right?
All he wants to do is party with his pretty baby.
Didn't Rick Beto do a video on this recently? That people just take other people's songs and redo them.
Great sunshine. I know your wife, and she wouldn't mind. We made it out to the other side. We made it out to the other side. We made it out to the other side. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby.
Okay.
I fall asleep in an American flag. I wear my diamonds on Skid Row. I pledge allegiance to my dad.
I guess this would make sense. See, to me, this does fit more of the theme that this could be a Gitty. See, I don't know the original lyrics to this, so other than the beginning, which I'm sure didn't say my pussy tastes like cola, is she changing up all the words, or is it kind of the same? Because I know that.
We made it out to the other side. We made it out to the other side. We made it out to the other side. Drugs suck it up like vanilla ices. Don't treat me rough, treat me really nice. Decorate my neck, diamonds.
We'll see if a guilty pleasure song comes to make it on my playlist. This one won't, probably. I'd rather just listen to the original.
Come on, baby, let's ride. We can escape to the great sunshine. I know your wife, and she wouldn't mind. We made it out to the other side. Come on, baby, let's ride. We can escape to the great sunshine. We made it out to the other side. We made it out to the other side. Come on, come on, come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, baby. Whoa, my pussy tastes like Pepsi Cola.
Does that mean it's less carbonated and more syrupy? Because I think that Pepsi tastes definitely more syrupy and less carbonated than Coca-Cola does. So she's trying to say it's more thick. The taste is more thick. I don't know if I like that in pussy tasting. Vagina juice, you know? All right, so that brings us to our second song, Guilty Pleasure. I feel like that would probably fit more of like, especially with knowing what we know of Para, that's probably something that we wouldn't expect him to listen to and like. So I'd be interested, maybe in the chat he's telling people what he likes. But I have not been looking at the chat because people were complaining about me talking, and he was complaining about talking. So I'm not going to talk until now because he's leaving. See ya. Let's get into the third song. So the third song is going to be none other than Jean. Jean says, hi Cap, this is my pick and comment for the old and new Guilty Pleasure song winner set. He says, when I was in my teen years in the late 80s, yeah, I'm that old. You're not that old. And not fully engulfed in progressive or metal territory, I listened to a lot of pop rock music, from the uncomplicated to the more sophisticated kind. But then a completely new branch of music emerged on radio stations labeled as house music. I was completely enthralled by this new kind of dancing music and dove unashamedly into it with all those one-hit bands such as Hit House, Technotronic, Inner City. The song theme from S Express by S Express, wow, it's a creative name, is 1988, is the first of the lot that I discovered, and I still to this day enjoy listening to that guilty pleasure of mine. Enjoy this trip, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. So, S Express. Should I know this since I'm an 80s boy as well? We'll find out.
Enjoy this trip. Enjoy this trip. And it is a trip.
Countdown is progressing.
Isn't there like there's a Latin song that starts off with this? I'm sure there's a bunch of them. You feel like that? Dude, this is totally 80s. I love that. I feel like this would be something that would be on SNL. To me, this is exactly the theme for sure. Like, this is a very... Alright, John. This would not go in a playlist either, but I totally think it fits. Like, I'll be actually surprised, other than mine, of course, if anything does get on a playlist, because... But this totally fits the theme, for sure. This is exactly what I was expecting. I just think that it's almost like they found the MIDI files that they could fuck around with, or something on the keyboard where they could just, they like overused it. And that's it. All right. Definitely, I think, if anything, which the point of this whole old or new 13 winner set was to, have a guilty pleasure. I think that out of all three songs so far is the most fitting of that. So let's see if the next one does. So the next one on our list, is Paris Song. Oh, I was wrong. Oh shit, I was wrong. The last one was Ryan's. And actually Scott got it for Ryan. So this is Para's song. Not last, but close to last. And the only reason I put mine last was not because I wanted to go last, because most likely mine's going to get blocked. So I figured since you guys won't care when it gets blocked and that'll just be the end of the stream and your day, that's why I put myself last. But we'll talk about that next. What does Para say about his? I had a somewhat difficult time with this theme because I really didn't have any guilty pleasures. Seems fit. I don't feel any kind of way about liking what I like. I've also spoken openly about all the different genres of music I listen to, including rap, so it's not like it would be some kind of nuclear surprise. So, I'm going to keep it proggy, but a very different style than I've ever submitted or brought up before. MEER is a very indie pop rock take on progressive music. 2 singers, violin, viola, piano, guitar, bass, and drums. This is their song Beneath on their album just released August 23 this year. So basically Para's not going to do the theme because every song he likes is cool. There's no guilty pleasures for Para, just everything is awesome. All right, here we go with the number 4 song. This is MEER and it's called Beneath, I believe. Nice start. Shiba.
3 in the morning.
Yes, that's my notifications on my phone going off.
Past my bedtime to busy making deals with the devil.
Hey! Sorry. I mean, I guess this could possibly fall in an 80s-ish category sound.
Spinning round and round in a maelstrom down to the bottom. With you, it's always a lot, but it's never enough. You're always calling the shots, I'll never call it off. And when you're tied in the knot, I know
I would say yes, this is definitely different from what Para would normally turn in, I guess. But I definitely don't think it fits the theme.
I'm begging my cage, you're setting the stage. Why don't you behave? Am I sinfully saved? I've lost
Like this song is probably the best sounding of them. Except for mine, of course.
Now you got me where you want me. Oh, you got me stuck in a nightmare. I never want to wake up from. Just let your claws sink in. I'm banging my cage, you're setting the stage. Why don't you behave?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't call this a
Am I
guilty pleasure song theme.
lost in a way?
Again, unless it's similar to what Nick did. I mean, the song isn't bad, like and it's not far outside of what Para would normally, but it's definitely different from what I would think he would turn in on a normal set. So it's somewhere in the in-between of what's normally on the channel and a guilty pleasure song. Yeah, like I said, I definitely think this would probably be, out of the 4 we've heard so far, the best and most likely to possibly get on a playlist, although it's not that good so far. But it's pretty good. But it doesn't fit the theme, I don't think.
With you, it's always a lot, but it's never enough. You're always calling the shots, I'll never call it off. And when you tighten the knot, I know my time is up. You shut the door, and now you're everything I got. I'm banging my cage.
That was a good build. I like that.
Why don't you behave?
Ooh, I like it. Dun, dun, dun. All right, I think that's the end. Yes, it is. And so that is our 4th song from this old or new set. So now that we are finished with Parasong, and I didn't talk at all because that's what he bitches about, then I will look at the chat now. I was literally not looking at the chat. I was looking at the song kind of explanations. So I'm not going to go back and read all the chat. It's been too long. But I will say, Colin, I saw your post over on Discord, and I thought you had already left for your trip or something like that, because haven't you not been that much around lately? I'm trying to think of last Saturday, but I can't remember. So if you are actually not going to be around or whatever, I hope that, I hope that you have a good trip and you enjoy it, and we'll miss you, man, for the couple weeks, or I don't know how long you're gone. I already thought you had left, but anyway. So, we are coming to the last song, as we said. I was also trying to hurry, not just because Para was bitching, but because I have, tend to talk a little bit too much. And I knew that Mr. Scott, well, not Cucumber Scott, would be wanting to get to the game because the shit again at Texas Hook 'em Horns game is at noon. So I figured he'd want to get to that and get to the pregame. I don't even know if he's in the chat. Are you there, dude? Hello? Cucumber's gone. Is Cucumber not there? I don't see him in the last, couple seconds. So this song I would also say is a good song. It's actually a good song. So it doesn't fit the guilty pleasure in that I think it's known, or at least felt, when you say guilty pleasure song, that it's a shitty song. That's not that good. I wouldn't say it fits that for the category. I think this is a good song. It's like a top hit, which is why I think it's going to get blocked. But it is also a guilty pleasure because I think this artist, though, has overcome all of this. I think where he came from and the very fact that what he did in the past made it very difficult. You should know who it is by now by just saying that. It makes it difficult for people to accept him as a real artist. It'd be like Justin Bieber. But this person, I think, did overcome that ultimately because he's legitimately talented. He can dance very well. His singing's good, but it's not, it's like the best voice ever. But he's very good, I think, at singing. And he just has a lot of soul and a lot of funk to what he does. And I like soul and funk mixed with pop as well, which we don't get a lot of soul and funk on the channel. And I'm not saying this is soul and funk, but it's at least R&B. And that is correct, Scott K. It is Mr. Timberlake. This dude, I think if I were to tell people, maybe not so much today, but if I would have told people, especially on this channel, that I think he's freaking talented, he's really good and puts out some amazing fucking single songs, like tons of amazing single songs. People would kind of go, oh, really? Like, or laugh. I think it'd be kind of fitting the category of guilty pleasure because especially on a channel like ours with the kind of music that we typically like, I think this would be fitting of that category. But I still think the song that I chose is a really, really excellent song. It's really good, and I think it's probably the best song on here that we've had on the channel today. So that's why I was saying, like, it's a great song. But I put it last because I'm almost positive it's going to get blocked. And if it does, this is recording, and we'll just sail off into the sunset, and you guys will be like, I'm not going to listen to that anyway. Although, I would be interested in the chat, now that I'm looking at it. If... Number one, which Justin Timberlake single am I going to pick out of all the wonderful ones he's had? And number two, are there Justin Timberlake songs that you guys dig as well? Like, I know it's pop and I know it's not typically, but I would be interested if I'm like not the only one that thinks the dude is talented and does some great shit. I think on a lesser note, I was also thinking of picking some John Mayer because I think he's past it much more than Justin Timberlake is because he's much more talented than Justin Timberlake, in my opinion, although he can't dance and his mouth looks weird when he sings. But songwriting and guitar playing ability, John Mayer, I think at the beginning, was very much categorized as like guilty pleasure because people were like, John Mayer. I remember I even was like, John Mayer. And then when people like realized the dude could fucking rip on guitar and was uber talented, people let him out of that category. But I'd be interested in here if there's any songs that you guys would like by him, maybe if you like this song, but here we go. This is such a cool, vibey song. Take Back the Night, baby. And I had to pick it's not like the lyrics are going to be anything good, but I picked it because I was trying not to pick the official video one.
Feels good, don't it?
This album by him was just excellent, beginning to end.
This was your city. You did it all and more broke.
I think he performed this at like Super Bowl or something like that.
Attraction, are you ready? I know you feel it, pull you nearer till you feel it again.
My dogs don't like
Do
it.
something right, but we could do something better. There ain't no time like tonight, and we ain't trying to save it for later. Stay out here living the life, yeah. Nobody cares who we are tomorrow morning. Got that little something I like, the little something I've been wanting to borrow.
Hey.
Tonight's the night, come on, surrender. I won't lead your love astray, astray, yeah. Your love's a weapon, give your body some direction. That's my aim.
I think all of these pop guys, Chris Brown, Usher, they're all influenced by jazz.
Dizzy, spinning, sweating, you can't catch your breath. Ooh, don't know when the sun is rising next. Take back the night. So if the feeling's right, then raise your glass and let's take back the night. Take back the night. They gon' try to shut us down, but I'll be damned if we gon' let them take back the night. Take back the night.
I'm just waiting for the
You know you gon' mess around and
the warning to pop up. I'm surprised it hasn't popped up already. I mean, this is one of the most popular songs of the 2000s.
There's not too many. No one but you in crowded rooms. We can do anything. Attraction
Ivy,
can drive
you should know,
crazy. And the way you move when you go crazy.
on my self-reactions, you should have seen it. I did NSYNC's dance at my camp.
There ain't no time like tonight, and we ain't trying to save it for later.
I feel like NSYNC would even be more of a guilty pleasure than this, because like this is a rise above and is like not as cheesy, but NSYNC music I liked, but was definitely in that cheesy vibe like a bunch of the other boy bands. And as you all know, or should know, I have been a dance teacher for a long time, and have danced for a long time. And one thing about Justin T is the boy can dance, and he's much better than any Backstreet Boy. Those Backstreet Boy guys cannot dance at all to save their life. I think on a singing level, I've said this before, they're pretty much on par. I would give a little bit to Backstreet Boys on the singing part. But one thing about Justin is he's good at dancing choreography, but like if you just let him kind of improvise his dancing, he's not nearly as good. A dancer that is great at improvising as well as choreography is Omarion from B2K. You remember B2K? And then I think Omarion went on to do his own thing. That dude was, I think he was in that movie. He was in the dance movie. I can't remember what that dance movie was called. Take to the Streets or something like that. But I cannot believe this song has not gotten blocked yet. I'm shocked. Take it over. If any NSYNC fans or Justin fans join this, what do you guys think of this song? And Justin, do you disagree with what I just said? The dude can dance choreography, obviously. I love this like off. But when he kind of gets on his own, his improvisation is not as good. Omarion, dude can dance all over the place.
Try to shut us down. I'll be damned if we gon' let them take back the night.
Just the R&B feel here. So good. Just kind of like ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Alright. And the horse say
Da-da-da-da-da.
and the horse say feels good to me. And the horse say alright.
Ivy, I would say, if you're expecting these kind of songs to have good lyrics, it's even worse than the progressive world. The progressive world has terrible lyrics, but at least they're like philosophical and mysterious. These are just basically about dumb shit. And wet pussy. And there we have it, folks. We have wrapped it up. I am shocked that didn't get blocked. Shocked. Blocked. See that rhyme there? Yeah, but I would say not as much anymore. I personally gauge it on whether I would feel embarrassed if other people knew I liked it and listened to it. So in that sense, I think that song kind of made it out of that category enough because it's accepted enough that it's not, even by you guys, I would say. But I would say that still a good song, and I like that kind of stuff. I don't sit there and like, oh, I want to hear NSYNC songs right now, but they are on playlists, and if they pop up in my all songs playlist or my, I don't have a guilty pleasures playlist. I think that'd be too much. But it does pop up, and I'll sing to it, and I'll dance to it, and have fun with it. So, all right. Well, we ended quite early because I didn't talk at all, and maybe that's the way we should go. Because although I don't know what the point of a live stream would be then, if you guys don't have me talk or interact, then I could just do recordings because then I wouldn't be talking and interacting. Well, I'd probably still talk, but just about my own thoughts. So we are at 11:42, and that gives us only a 45-minute set, which is totally different. So I think Mr. Cucumber has already left or didn't join. And I hope that the Shittigan Wolverines get their asses handed to them like they should. But I'm telling you what, I don't know. All right. We will see you guys on Sunday, which is tomorrow at this time, because we have our second semifinal, which is Opeth versus Dream Theater, which we already know who the winner of that one's going to be. So it's really going to come down to next week on Sunday when the final is, which will probably be Opeth and Leprous, which is still a complete tragedy and asinine for all of you who freaking voted for Leprous. I love Leprous so much, but it's asinine to think that they should beat Rush. Like, it's just crazy to me. But that's the way it goes. The cookie crumbles, and I can see Opeth and beating Dream Theater. That makes more sense to me if that happens and when it happens. But the Leprous versus Rush thing is just it's just asinine. So, all right. Well, you guys have a great one. We will see you guys. Check in, Colin, at least on the Discord. We'll miss you, and be safe as well so that you can actually come back in a couple weeks and we can have more fun with Mr. Blimey Crompton. All right, peace out, y'all. Later.